Hello aspirants, welcome back to India for IS. This is Manjunath Mudod. Topic of this video is lab grown fish meat. This topic falls under GS-3 Science and Technology Biotechnology part. Biotechnology. This topic is important for both prelims and mains. And UPSC in the previous year asked one question which we will see at the end of the video. In this video, we are going to study about what is lab grown fish meat, what is lab grown meat in general, why it is in use, what are stem cells and what are its applications, what is the need to grow fish meat in the lab, which countries are growing fish meat in the lab, and what are other kinds of meat being produced in the labs, and one practice question based on the topic that we are going to discuss. Recently, a Central Institute CMFRI signed MOU with New Delhi-based Neat Meat Biotech to produce seafood outside the sea, that is, to produce the fish in the labs. Here we can see an image of fish meat that is being produced in the lab. Recently, Kochi-based Central Marine Fisheries Research Institute partnered with private sector startup called Neat Meat Biotech to conduct research focused on cultivated meat technology and to produce fish meat in the lab settings. The Kochi-based CMFR Institute works under the Union Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. So it has signed MOU with Neat Meat Biotech, and it is first of its kind in India in the field of cultivated meat technology. As it is first of its kind in India, here the factual information like CMFRI, which works under Union Ministry of Agriculture, and a private startup called Neat Meat Biotech, these are very important with respect to prelims and other exams like CAPF, SSC, etc. Now we will discuss in specific about lab grown fish meat. Lab grown fish meat is a cultivated fish meat that is produced in the laboratory settings without actually growing the fishes. And here in this case, the only meat is produced and fishes are not grown in the laboratories. This lab grown fish meat is a part of cultivated meat. So the cultivated meat produced without the need to raise the animals and without need to slaughter the animals. So the meat is produced in the labs without actually growing animals and without slaughtering them. That means in this case there is no raising of animals and there is no killing of animals in order to produce meat. This cultivated fish meat is produced in the laboratories, isolating specific cells from the fishes and cultivating them in the laboratory settings using nutrient rich medium. So this does not contain any animal components. The goal of producing lab grown meat is to minimize the slaughtering of animals and to replicate the flavor, texture, nutritional characteristics of traditional feed meat in the final product. This is about lab grown fish meat. We will study in detail about lab grown meat a few minutes later. Now we will discuss about the role of Central Marine Fisheries Research Institute in the production and development of lab-grown fish meat. So this CMFRI institute focuses on genetic, biochemical and analytical aspects of the project. It conducts research on early cell line development of high-value marine fish species. So it performs isolation and cultivation of fish cells in its cell culture lab for further research and development. Initially, the targeting the development of cell-based meat from fish varieties like pomfret, kingfish, and searfish. Now we will discuss in detail about the lab-grown meat and how it is being produced. Lab-grown meat also refers to meat grown in the laboratory using isolated cells from the animals. It is also known as cell-cultivated meat. The process of production of cultivated meat is as follows. Firstly, the sampling of the muscle tissue is done. If meat is being produced is of chicken, then sampling of the muscle tissue of the chicken is done. If it is for buffalo, then sampling of the muscle tissue of the buffalo is done. In the second step, stem cells are extracted from the sample muscle tissue. In the third step, plant-based nutrient medium with growth serum is added to the extracted stem cells, and stem cells are allowed to grow in that nutrient medium. The fourth step involves the growth of stem cells in the nutrient medium. This we can see in this figure here. The fifth step involves the formation of muscle fibers in the bioreactor, and in the sixth step, these muscle fibers are being processed. And finally, in the seventh step, the cultivated meat is produced. So, in the entire process, nowhere the animals are slaughtered to produce the meat. Earlier, we have discussed stem cells are extracted from the muscle cells to produce the meat. So, now we will discuss in detail about what are stem cells and what are its potential applications. A stem cell is an undifferentiated cell. It has a potential to develop into various specialized cell types. It is an immature or unspecialized cell that can split into similar cells, or it has a potential to develop into different specialized cells that perform distinct function. For example, a stem cell can differentiate into red blood cell. It can also differentiate into muscle cell. So in this way, the stem cell can differentiate into a specialized cell, and these specialized cells perform different functions. There are three kinds of stem cells. The first one is embryonic stem cell, then adult stem cell, and induced pluripotent stem cells. So we will discuss one by one. Embryonic cells are derived from early embryo. They are also called as blastocyst cells. So these are pluripotent. It means they can differentiate into any cell type of the three germ layers. So these are pluripotent. That means they can differentiate into any cell type of the three germ layers. Then we have adult stem cells. These adult stem cells are found in various tissues like bone marrow, blood, and adipose tissue. These are multipotent. That means they can differentiate into specialized cells within their tissue of origin. That means they can differentiate into specialized cells within their tissue of origin. Whereas embryonic stem cells, they are pluripotent and they can differentiate into any cell type in the three germ layers. So that is the difference between pluripotent and multipotent. Next, we have induced pluripotent stem cells. So these induced pluripotent stem cells are adult cells reprogrammed to behave like a embryonic stem cells. So the property of embryonic stem cells is they are pluripotent, whereas the adult stem cells are multipotent. So in this case, in the case of induced pluripotent stem cells, the adult cells are reprogrammed to behave like a pluripotent stem cells. The application of these cells are they offer potential for personalized medicine using patient's own stem cells. Now we will discuss the applications of stem cells. So stem cells can be used in regenerative medicine, that is stem cell therapy for treating various diseases and injuries including spinal cord injury, Parkinson disease and other heart diseases. So stem cells can be used in regenerative medicine, and stem cells can be used in drug discovery and development. For example, screening potential drugs for efficacy and safety using stem cell based models, studying disease mechanisms, and developing personalized medicine approaches. That is, studying disease mechanisms and developing personalized medicine approaches for individuals. Stem cells are also useful in biological research like disease pathology, in the study of disease pathology, and in investigating cellular differentiation in human and animals. Now we will address one more crucial question, that is what is the need to grow fish meat in the lab? So due to increase in the population, there is an increasing demand for seafood all over the world. So because of this, there is a overfishing happening. That means fish are removed from the ocean faster than they can replenish. This has led to a significant decline in certain fish species and affected the marine ecosystem. So, lab grown fish, that is, growing fish meat in the lab, addresses the increasing demand of the seafood while mitigating the pressure on wild fish populations. So, this is the one of the significance of the or one of the need of the growing fish meat in the lab. Another need to go for lab grown fish is it offers potential solutions for food security, and it also addresses the environmental concerns like it reduces the pressure on marine resources and protects the marine ecosystem. it is free from antibiotics. The lab grown fish is free from antibiotics, and it does not contain any pollutants as that of the marine fisheries. So it also free from microplastics and heavy metals. So the lab grown fish is both good for health and environment. Now we will look into the few countries which are growing fish meat in the lab. So Israel is the front runner in production of lab grown fish meat, then Singapore, USA and China. So these countries are involved in production of lab grown fish meat. Now we will look into the different kinds of meat that are being produced in the labs. The chicken is being produced in the lab, pork, lamb meat, fish meat and beef meat. So these are the different kinds of meat that are being produced in the laboratories in different parts of the world. So this is all about lab grown fish meat, lab grown meat, stem cells, different kinds of stem cells, applications of stem cells, and countries involved in the production of lab grown fish meat. So here we have provided one prelims practice question based on the topic that we have discussed. This question appeared in the year 2012 UPSC Civil Services prelims. Go through the question and comment your answers. The detailed answer and explanation for this question is available in the PDF handout. The PDF is available in our WhatsApp and Telegram channel. Join the channel and download the PDF. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Till then, happy learning.